Hey folks, welcome back to Failure Retirement. Yeah, I got a job. I'm just not great at this retirement thing. I'm getting better at it, don't get me wrong. This is a little bit of a different situation today. This is actually in some ways one of the best parts of retirement. So today I'm back on the Experts Rice Farm. And I have to give a disclaimer right out of the gate here. The expert would want me to tell everyone that he's not necessarily an expert in rice farming. His expertise lies in other areas, 80s and 90s breakdancing, stuff like that. That's why he's an expert. It's not rice farming. He wanted me to make that perfectly clear. So he got a hold of me and needed some help, needed somebody to run the tractor for a couple days. So here I am. Apologize about the picture bouncing around, but that's my life right now. Let me get rid of these glasses. Sorry about that. The reflection was pretty intense. So as you can see, there's a disc back there. We're turning some dirt. Nice, my glasses fell on the floor. So, hang on, Bill, you're just going to have to turn around. Let me stop the camera. You can really see where the old contour check, it comes from my right, crosses the road, not the road, but the untilled part right here, curves around right up here, crosses back, headed to the right. The lighter colored ground here is fill, the cloddier part is cut. Right here where this darker line is where the old contour check was. Got to start a new set here. Over here you can see, whoops, I probably went a little further than I needed to. Get her straightened around here. See if the GPS will kick in. No. There we go. So the expert, this is his home ranch. And it's rice, obviously. He's a rice farmer. I think the expert was one of the last 3 or 4 people farming rice on contours, old school. So what are contours? So the way they leveled land to farm rice in the olden days was all pretty manual, stakes and transits, levels, and they didn't have a lot of horsepower, so they didn't move much dirt. So the checks or levees in between each rice paddy wandered and followed the contour of the ground. Well, the expert, he finally decided it was time to re-level and get rid of the contours. So there's one tractor over there. There's another tractor over here. Big John Deere's pulling double cans. The can is kind of slang for a scraper, a carry-all scraper. So it scoops up dirt and moves it to a different location. There's a third one. It's sitting down here at the end, but it broke down a couple hours ago. Not sure what's wrong. There's also a bulldozer down there at the end by it. There's a road grader out here. I think they've been here for about a week, and I think they're going to be finished this week. So I don't know, maybe 10 days or something. I don't know how many acres it is. But they brought some iron here, and they're getting after it. They moved a lot of dirt. So let me get back to the best part of retirement. So one of the things that I have found I really enjoy is just being able to help out a friend in need. In this case, my friend needed help running a tractor. Help is hard to find. Good help is even harder to find. Otherwise, he would have found somebody better than me, right? But, I have the time, kinda, to do it. It is shocking once a guy's been retired for a while. At least in my case, I literally don't know how I had time to ever work. I know I don't do things as efficiently as I used to. It's just not a necessity for me anymore. But I really do enjoy just helping out a friend in need. Don't get me wrong, this is not like a charity case. The expert will slip me a little cash at the end of the planting season or harvest season, whatever happens to be. And honestly, I don't even know what he pays me. I know the first time I did it, he asked me what I wanted, and I told him to pay me what he pays his other guys. But there was no reason to pay me a premium. And he did protest that a little bit. But he hands me a wad of folding money. Whenever I'm done, I keep a time card in my phone. We'll go to lunch or something. He'll hand me the money. I have never one time counted the money. That's not what it's about. Got the auto steer going again pretty easy this time. Yeah, so that's not what it's about. I enjoy the money. I'll use the money to take Mrs. Failure out to dinner or buy something that I maybe wouldn't ordinarily buy for myself. But other than that, it's just a thing. So this particular tractor, it is my slang term for it is a belly bender. It's a John Deere 9200 articulated tractor. So instead of the front wheel steering, it bends in the middle. Hence, belly bender. I heard a friend of mine say that one time years ago, and I've been using that term pretty much ever since. So this particular tractor right here, he's going over to the corner of this paddy. The bulldozer pushed up a pile over there and right in the corner. This particular tractor is a week old, from what I'm told. And the other one that's broke down is also a week old. So that's not good. I'm sure I wouldn't be happy if my brand new tractor that cost that much money was broke down, but it does happen. Things go wrong. Turn around here. So what we're doing with the disc, those big tractors and cans, they compact the dirt a fair amount as they're leveling. So I'm just running the disc across this, fluff it back up a little bit, loosen her up a little bit. They're going to come with a different kind of scraper, put the finishing pass on this, and then they'll put fertilizer, and then it'll be ready for the expert to plant his rice. So yeah, I had to get a job. These things happen. It's not the end of the world. I'm going to talk for a minute about a couple other YouTubers. If you guys are into watching retirement videos, there's some really good guys that I watch, and if you haven't, you should probably subscribe to them. Brett and Hope to Prosper. He just has some really thoughtful information about his retirement. Buzz at Buzz's Retirement Garage. The thing that fascinates me with Buzz is he's basically doing an experiment to see if he can live on his Social Security alone. I can't really explain why, but I'm oddly fascinated by that. I myself, I'm probably looking at 6 or 8 years before I even consider drawing Social Security. So that's why I can't really explain why I'm so fascinated by it, because I'm a ways out. Also, there's Kerry at 401k Dexter's. Good dude. Steve at Steve's Retirement Corner. Another good dude. One thing I enjoy about this YouTube deal, we're all pretty much watching each other's videos and commenting to each other. We got kind of a little community going. It's fun to just compare notes with these guys. So also, I just found a new guy. His channel is called Grounded Beef. Like ground beef, but with an extra ED on the end. So Grounded Beef. Just started watching him in the last few days. This guy he's kind of been through it, but he's, I think, got things figured out, pretty well squared away. Anyway, also I wanted to mention that I have a lot of new subscribers in the last few months, and I realized that I have talked about my past a little bit, but it's been quite a while ago. So I think I'm going to start a new series here pretty quick. And I say series, it'll be, I don't know, 2 or 3 videos just to break it up a little bit. I'm just going to basically talk about my past and my career. A lot of these retirement guys are doing that, but I really haven't. So some of the jobs I worked at, and the kind of overall goal is to help you understand how I got where I am today, and how everything kind of fell together for me. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the tractor driving. I hope it wasn't too bumpy. I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time on Failure Retirement. Have a good day. Okay, so I thought I better add in here, why is leveling a rice field important? So with rice, the entire paddy, or we frequently call it a check, but I think more people will understand the rice paddy. Each individual paddy is fully flooded. The ground is covered with water most of the time, not all the time. So it's important, if that's what you're going to do, that you don't have the water 6, 8 inches deep on one side and 1 inch deep on the other. Or the water is at the top of the levee on one side and it's dry at the levee on the other side. That would be horrible. So you need to get it very, very level. There's some debate. Some people get their fields perfectly level, perfectly flat. Other people still like to keep a little bit of slope on it for drainage. But so beyond you want it flooded evenly, this is important for a couple reasons. And I'm not a rice farmer, so I know next to nothing. But I know that it's important for weed control. The depth of your water can be very important for weed control. And then also at different stages of the game, different stages of the rice's life cycle, will have different ideal depths of water. I can't tell you off the top of my head what that is, but different stages will have different depths. Kind of weird. It looks like the Autosteer put me too far away, but I guess not. Trust the technology, right? Anyway, so that's it. You know, different stages. You'll want to raise or lower the water. They will take the water off or down to almost nothing right before they spray for weeds, and then afterwards raise it back up. That's one example. And then just the depth of the water itself helps control certain weeds. They don't like it too deep or too shallow. Anyway, so those are some of the reasons, not all of them, why rice paddies need to be very, very level. All right, back to the rest of the video.